Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to WBTV at Fusion 54. I'm Sophia Shannon.
And I'm Mallory Hayden.
Today is Thursday, November 20th.
Here are just some of the stories that we are working on today.
A downtown eyesore may be soon going away.
A new pet of the week.
And Brody Gunderman will be in with the weekend weather.
But first, let's check out our city spotlight and test your knowledge of the city landmarks. Can you identify this Crawfordsville landmark?
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most...
In top story, the Board of Public Works and Safety members affirmed 2 unsafe building orders yesterday and announced the approval to begin the process of demolition to one of the 2 properties. Both properties are owned by Malcolm Turner. The board stated there had been repairs and that the situation had not improved. The property had been known to be an eyesore for years, and the attached sidewalk is unusable for wheelchair users.
The Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce is hosting a state legislative breakfast on the 3rd floor of the Fusion 54 building at 9 a.m. on December 13th. The panel will consist of our state senator Brian Buchanan and Spencer Deary, along with a few state representatives. This event will be catered by Smitty D's and will be open to the public.
Earlier this week, local Cub Scout Troop 909 partnered with the American Legion Post 72 for the annual flag retirement ceremony. The week prior to this event, the Cub Scouts were taught how to properly fold a flag. After this event was over, all the flags will be given to the American Legion Post 72 to be disposed of properly.
For this week's Pet of the Week, we introduce to you Orange Tabby Cat Jack. Jack is a sweet and loving tabby cat looking for the perfect family. He loves playing with toys and taking naps. The Animal Welfare League of Montgomery County houses a number of loving animals like Jack who are looking for a forever family. They also encourage people to lend a helping paw by volunteering at the shelter. If you are interested and ready to welcome home a curious and cuddly cat, Jack is up for adoption. You can contact the AWL at 765-362-8846.
Crawfordsville High School students are putting on the hilarious Whodunit musical, The Musical Comedy Murders of 1940. The performances will take place at 7 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, and on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. in the auditorium.
The college baseball team will have a new artificial turf infield at Goodrich Ballpark, thanks to the generosity of former student athlete John Burzell and his wife Joanne. They made the $610,000 gift to have the turf infield installed in time for the 2026 season. As a result of this, the facility will now be named Burzell Field.
In sports, this weekend is the annual Girls Sugar Creek Classic. The 2-day tournament will be held at Western Boone Junior-Senior High School on Friday and Saturday. On Friday, the varsity teams will tip off at 6 p.m., and on Saturday, the games will tip off at 4. The teams competing in this tournament are the North Montgomery Chargers, Southmont Mounties, Crawfordsville Athenians, and the Western Boone Stars.
In Indiana state news, a 3rd Republican senator from Indiana has been targeted in a swatting incident. Swatting is when there is a false report made to emergency services to gather a large armed response to a person's home. Senator Spencer Deary was notified around 8 a.m. that someone had falsely reported a domestic abuse at his address and threatened violence to officers who responded. The night before, someone had delivered an unpaid pizza to Deary's home. This swatting incident against Deary continues to stir up conversation as it followed a string of other swatting attacks on Senator Dan R. Hyland and Senator Greg Goody.
Back with weather after this quick break.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos.
And now Brody Gunderman joins us with weather. Brody, I noticed as we were coming in here this morning, there seemed to be a little bit of mist outside. What would that be for?
I noticed that too when I was driving in this afternoon. Are you asking why mist forms?
Yes.
Well, mist forms when the weather gets colder and the humidity in the air freezes, making the air more visible. We might be able to see more of the mist if we look at our live weather shot brought to us by Jacqueline Mitchell here. We can see that the clouds are out and the weather is quite cold, killing all of the trees, and the ones that aren't quite dead now are dying. This weather shot here was shot right in front of Wabash College, as you can see here, but sadly, no mist. Now, looking at our currents, we can see that it is going to be partly cloudy with a temperature of 45 degrees. The wind is going to be coming at the south by southwest at 7 miles per hour. The sun rose this morning at 7:38 a.m. and will set at 5:27 p.m. Now, looking at our weather map for today, we can see that Indiana is going to be clear for today, except the very bottom left patch where there will be showers. Now, looking at the weekend map, we can see that the same pattern from today's weather map sticks, and you can see that right here, Indiana will be clear again. But looking at the holiday weather map for travel, we can see that Indiana is mostly fair and half poor. If you are traveling anywhere in the south or southwest area, make sure you are extra careful and make sure you don't get any speeding tickets. Now, lastly, we're going to look at our extended. We can see that Friday is going to be partly cloudy. It's going to be a high of 53 and a low of 47. Saturday, it's going to be mostly rainy, partly cloudy, a high of 50 and a low of 37. Sunday is going to be mostly sunny and the high will be 50, a low of 41. That is all for weather. Now back to the news desk for the City Spotlight answer.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight.
And now for the answer to the question of the City Spotlight.
If you guessed the Wabash Avenue Presbyterian Church, then you are correct.
From all of us at WBTV, I'm Mallory Hayden. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks to our news gathering partners at the Journal Review.
And I'm Sophia Shannon. From all of us here at WBTV, have a great weekend.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the tree tops glisten